Hey, what's going on, everybody? Paul English here. So, about an hour and a half ago, Major League Baseball Hall of Fame announced the class of 2017. I've got all the results right here, and so I just wanted to take a few minutes, give my thoughts about the vote of what went down. So, we had three candidates get elected this year: Jeff Bagwell, Tim Raines, and Ivan Rodriguez, all making it to the Hall of Fame this year, all getting elected. Bagwell gets in on his seventh year of eligibility. This guy was a rock solid first baseman for the Houston Astros for 15 years. Great average, great power, and very good, a good defender and a good base runner for a first baseman as well. Tim Raines, in his final year of eligibility, got in. This guy was probably the second best leadoff hitter in the history of baseball behind Ricky Henderson. And he always got overlooked because of that. But if you take a moment to look at his numbers, this guy was a tremendous player. So it's nice to see him get in. And then Ivan Rodriguez got in his first year of eligibility, probably one of the best, without a doubt, one of the best defensive catchers of all time. This guy won 13 Gold Gloves, most of all time. And he also put up tremendous offensive numbers. I mean, he was the greatest catcher of his generation, no doubt about it. So those are the guys who got in, and congratulations to all three of them. So let's talk. So, what were the percentages of that? Bagwell got 86.2% of the vote. Tim Raines got an even 86, and Irod got an even 76%. So those are the guys who got in this year. Let's talk a little bit about some guys who just missed the cut. Trevor Hoffman, in his second year of eligibility, got 74% of the vote, missed by 5 votes. That's it. Hoffman was a tremendous closer, first closer to reach 500 saves and 600 career saves. This guy was absolutely devastating during his time. And again, like Tim Raines, he often got overshadowed by Mariano Rivera, especially because Hoffman was usually out on the West Coast. Never got much of a chance to play in the postseason with San Diego, but he was a devastating closer, and I fully expect him to be in there next year, get in next year. Vladimir Guerrero, in his first year on the ballot, he got 71.1%. Again, I was kind of shocked by that. I honestly thought he would get in this year. This guy was what you'd call a bad ball hitter. The guy could hit anything, no matter where the ball was thrown, he would hit it, and he had great average, tremendous power, great running, and he had a cannon for an arm in right field. So I fully expect he will get in next year. Edgar Martinez, probably the definitive DH of his time. I mean, the guy's got a DH, an award named after him. In his 8th year on the ballot, this guy made a huge jump from last year. He's up at 58.6% of the vote. Again, his 8th year of eligibility. So, I don't know. We'll see about that one. Maybe he gets in, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. We'll see. I assume. Here's some of the controversial names. Obviously, Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds. These guys have been like the poster children of the steroid era. These guys also made a significant jump there, each around 54% of the vote this year. They each received 54% of the vote in their 5th year of eligibility. So, I don't know, guys. Looking like it may take up until the end, but I have a feeling that they might wind up getting in, I'm sure, to the joyless terror of some pure baseball fans who think that cheaters don't belong there. I happen to be one of those guys, but we'll see. We'll see if they continue to rise in the rankings like they have the previous couple years. We'll see about that. Some other notable names you should be aware of. Mike Messina got a jump. He got 51% of the vote. Almost 52% in his 4th year of eligibility. Curt Schilling took a nose dive. I'm sorry, not nose jump, nose dive in his 5th year of eligibility with 45% of the vote. He was at about 55 last year. I think it was those dumbass remarks he made about sports writers. That's the thing about Schill. He was a tremendous pitcher, especially in the postseason, the all-time winningest postseason pitcher in MLB history, but this guy does not know how to shut his fucking mouth. Schill, you want in the Hall of Fame? Shut your fucking mouth, please, and you'll get in, no problem. Okay? Just be quiet for a little while. Can you do that? So, and then some other names, if you were interested, Manny Ramirez, his first year of eligibility, got almost 24% of the vote. Larry Walker in his 7th year got 22%. And there are more names. You can find this ballot, a good chunk of it, on SBNation.com, Hall of Fame voting results. So that's just some of the breakdown of of guys who got in. Among the people who fell off the ballot, Lee Smith in his 15th and final year got just 34%. He fell off. Jorge Posada in his first year of eligibility only got 3.8%, so he's out. Yeah, like I said, you can find the rest of this voting breakdown on sbnation.com to see the rest of the results. So that was the ballot for this year. And before we wrap this up, let's take a quick look at some notable guys who are going to be first-time eligible players on next year's ballot, because that's always exciting. So there's a lot of good players on this ballot. Among the notable names are Johnny Damon, Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, and Omar Vizquel. So Damon, I mean, if you're a Red Sox fan like me, sporting the gear, you know how he was a great leadoff hitter for us on that team. Tremendous player. I don't think he's going to get into the Hall of Fame, even if he fell just short of the 3,000 hit plateau. But even if he had got that, I don't know if that would have made a difference. Great player. I don't think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, but nothing wrong with that. You can have a great career and will not wind up in the Hall of Fame. Andrew Jones, probably one of the best defensive center fielders in the game. This guy won 10 Gold Gloves, put up tremendous power numbers. He might get in. I don't know that for sure. It might take him a while. He's kind of a big if. Chipper Jones, I mean, this guy was a tremendous third baseman for the Atlanta Braves, a big part of their dynasty in the in the 90s and early 2000s. I think he gets in no problem. Probably first ballot. I'm going to have, in fact, strong feeling. I think he's going to get in first ballot, easy. Who else I mentioned? Jim Thome. I mean, this guy was a fierce slugger for Cleveland for a long time, over 600 career home runs. He's getting in first ballot, no problem. So he and Chipper Jones, they'll get in, no problem. And then Omar Vizquel. I mean, this guy was the heir to the throne of Ozzie Smith, one of the best defensive shortstops of all time. He won 11 Gold Gloves in his career, put up some solid offensive numbers as well. Not much power though, so. And he also played for a long time, which might have helped some of those numbers. I do think Vizquel will get in at some point. I don't think he's going to be. I doubt it's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame. I don't think he's can be that guy, but I do think at some point he will get in. And that was the last one for that. That was the last notable. Again, there are other names which you can find on baseball's Hall of Fame website. You can find out some of the other names that are up there, but those are just a few that I wanted to go over. So, yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap this quick video up. Again, I just wanted to share my brief thoughts on it. So, again, congratulations to Jeff Bagwell, Tim Raines, and Ivan Rodriguez. People say getting into the baseball's Hall of Fame is one of the hardest things to ever do, and they're right, it is. Because of all the people who ever had the privilege to play Major League Baseball, only 1% are represented in the Hall of Fame. That's it. Only 1% are in the Hall of Fame. That is how hard it is to get in. So it is a huge honor to get in, and congratulations to those three gentlemen. I am looking forward to seeing their speeches on July 30th of this year. That's when the induction ceremony will take place. So I hope you'll tune in for that, and I thank you very much for watching this. Have a great day.